Isaac, my brother, John here responding to your post, which I thoroughly enjoyed reading. You made several key points that resonated with me. However, your emphasis on prayer struck a deep chord in my heart. As a matter of fact, the authors of our text, Atten and Bowen, also underscored the place and prominence of prayer, even in disaster planning. Jamie Atten highlighted that whenever he consults with a church who is interested in starting a disaster ministry, he always begins by encouraging the church and its leaders to go into a time of reflective prayer focused on at least three key areas. First would be direction on how God may use them should a disaster occurs. The second would be divine guidance concerning ministering to vulnerable people in the church and in the community. And then finally, guidance on how God could use the church and its unique resources to minister to those in need. And I thought that this point was very profound. Prayer is the principal thing and should be foundational to all we do, including disaster planning. You also brought a dynamic of prayer that made me smile, but a dynamic that I'm also familiar with, praying against, in essence, disasters. You mentioned praying that God would divert a storm. And here in the Bahamas, when there's an impending storm, everyone goes into prayer. Saint and sinner, everyone is praying. God, send it away. I usually pray, God, send it into the midst of the sea and let it die there, because we don't want anyone to have to go through what we went through here in this country just a few years ago with Hurricane Dorian, and before that, even Hurricane Matthew. Oh, that experience was something else, something I will not soon forget. But we prayed. We prayed before the storm. We prayed in the midst of the storm, as 50% of the island went under at least 10 feet of ocean surge. And we prayed after the storm that God would send relief. So we can pray against the storm, but sometimes we have to go through the storm. But we know that God is always with us before, during, and after, when He sends relief to help us. And when people are going through a disaster, they don't care if the relief comes from the church or from some secular organization. They don't care which facet of society help comes from. They just need the help. And this is why this assignment and this class are so important, because what the church brings to the dynamic of disaster planning, intervention, and recovery is vital. And God needs us to be in place and rightfully positioned to use our unique resources to bring help and healing to people who encounter disaster. All right? Thank you so much. May God bless you and keep you in good luck for the rest of this class. Have a wonderful day.